Good afternoon and good morning. We're going to start our ceremony today. We're going to start with the entrance of Kevin Skidmore as he is going to officiate the ceremony. Now we're gonna hold a time for a very special couple that weren't able to make it here. Let's give them the honor today. I know they're watching us right now via the internet. Let's give them that time.
Hi, Clara.
And I'm Remy. We are Xyza's parents.
How we wish we could be there in person to our brother down the line.
In behalf of our family, with the presence of our dear relatives who are there representing us, Taylor and your parents, Ian and Shannon, we joyfully entrust you our beloved daughter.
Please take care of her and love her as much or even more than we do.
Taylor, welcome to our family. May your union be blessed with joy, understanding, and unwavering support as you embark on this journey together. May your bond grow stronger with each passing day, and may your love endure through the seasons of life. We embrace this new chapter with courage and grace, knowing that you carry you the love and blessings of our family as you begin this beautiful adventure of marriage. We love you both and we miss you. Congratulations and best wishes.
All right, let's stand to welcome the bride.
We are gathered here today to witness the union of a new family. And as Taylor and Xyza are committing themselves to each other, I'd like you to do the same. I'm going to ask you as friends and family, commit yourself today to this couple. Commit yourself to support, to encourage, to be there by their side should they have trouble, to be there by their side whenever they have great success. Should God bless them with children that you were there to help. But you will devote yourself especially to pray. You know how difficult it is for couples to be married and to stay married. And they're going to need your support. So will you agree to make that kind of a commitment to them as they're making to each other? If so, say I do. I do. You may be seated. Well, God had a great idea when He created the man and the woman. You two, if you want to join hands and look at each other while I talk with both of you. You can look at me occasionally too. We've had a few discussions with each other, and we've agreed. God's idea is good. He created the man, and from the man He created the woman, and He brought them together. And the first words from Adam's mouth was, "Whoa, man," because come on, you expected that. Come on. And so, and I had to take his breath away, as yours was just a few minutes ago. And the blessings from her parents are symbolic of the blessings of God Himself, as they gave Xyza away to you and blessed you together. Also, God has given you to each other. And you've decided from this day forward, you're going to make a new family. This is a covenant relationship. A covenant relationship is a covenant relationship of life. It's more than just an agreement. It's more than just a legality. This is where you're joining your hearts to each other. You're saying, all of my weaknesses, all of my strengths, all of my, whatever I have, I'm giving to you. You are the source and resource of my life to each other. You are to each other the expression of Jesus' love. So His idea is that a man and a woman will be married together for life. It's not a sentence. It is a relationship full of joy if you decide to make it so. And so you got to remember, when was Jesus' very first miracle, public miracle? It was at a wedding. They'd run out of wine. Why did He change water to wine? Because they'd run out of wine. And they needed more wine. Because wine at a wedding, at that time and every other time, is a production of joy. And I think it's neat that Jesus chose it to be a wedding to express His first miracle. And the purpose of it was not just to keep them from being embarrassed, but to provide them great joy. And also to express the glory of God. And so the expression of glory to God today is going to be in your vows with each other. And as you form a commitment to each other, realize this. Xyza, you are called to yield and serve as if Taylor is Jesus. You're to treat him as if, no, we both know he's not. However, it is from your heart that you're going to treat him this way in spite of who he is. And as he grows to be more like Jesus, you will also treat him more like Jesus. But even though he's not behaving in every way like Jesus, you're still called unconditional respect and yield. Submit as you do to the Lord. That's your expression of love to him. Your expression of love to Xyza is, if you recall Ephesians 5, love her unconditionally, like Jesus loves the church. He gave himself for her so he could present her, the church, to himself, holy and blameless, without any spot or wrinkle or any blemish. So it is, you will present Xyza to yourself. Now, she's going to try her best, as she's done today. Beautiful, there is no spot or wrinkle, but it wouldn't matter. No, there's not. It wouldn't matter at this point for Taylor. I can tell you right now, love is blind to those things. It's not that you don't have spot or wrinkle. It's that he doesn't see you that way. He's presenting you to himself that way. And it's your goal to always present her to yourself in all her beauty. You're committed to her that way. Present her to yourself. Do whatever it takes to help her be her best. So Paul said, no one ever hates his own body but loves his own body. So you're to love Xyza like you love your own body. Nobody ever hated or just did bad things to his body, but rather nourishes and cherishes. So you're to do that with her. Help her be her best. If she succeeds, you're on the front row clapping your hands off. And then in failure, you're by her side helping pick up the pieces. Love her like you love yourself, Paul said. So he said, husbands, love your wives. I'm going to say this way. Taylor, love Xyza. Place her number one. She is your woman for life. And keep her there. Xyza, you are to uphold him, support, and respect. That is his love language. It's the love language of the man. And God said, you are to show that respect to him unconditionally. You're to show her that love unconditionally. What kind of love? Well, love is patient. I'm now quoting from 1 Corinthians 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It doesn't keep a record of wrong. It's not jealous. It's not boastful. When love is jealous, that's a sign there's a lack of trust. But trust is the foundation of love. So love is not jealous. Love does not demand its own, but yields to the other. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. The key phrase, I think, in the middle of that is, love does not keep a record of wrongs. Hold on to that one. The last thing you want to do, you don't want to go hysterical in an argument. But worse than that, you don't want to go historical. When you forgive things in the past, they stay in the past, all right? Don't keep a record of wrongs. So let me give you just three things. Communicate openly, honestly. Commit yourself to communicate. Clearly communicate. No tempo. Be transparent in your communication. Be willing to follow directions. and learn to follow direction. I happen to have drawn you a compass that will help, particularly Xyza, to help you in the following directions. There's a reason I'm doing this, all right? But I'm not going to tell you. This is an inside story, and I'll let them tell you later. But if you see the compass due north, you're going to have, first of all, at the center of the compass is Christ. Due north, your commitment is to God above all. The Father, the Son, and the Spirit. You will explore and build your relationship with God through Christ. You'll see that on either side is you, Taylor, Xyza, and you'll see on the bottom the foundation of the south point of your relationship is the prayer that you have with and for each other and your commitment to the Word of God. And so, keep this compass with you. I will hold it and give it when we sign the marriage license, which all of this is fruitless if we don't sign the license. I'm going to encourage, there was your compass. I'm going to encourage you not only to follow directions, but this is the one direction I think you better follow. You've got to commit yourself to be number one. You be first. Got it? Always be first. You be first. Always be first. Be first to serve. Be first to forgive. Be first to communicate. Be first to respect. Be first to express value. Compliment each other at least 5 times to every negative thing in your life. You do that, your relationship will soar. 5-to-1 ratio is almost a guarantee that you will always stay true to each other and you'll stay holding on to each other. You have commitments to each other, a vow to each other. Taylor, I'm going to let you express your vows, and then after you, Xyza, express your vows, and then you will join and express following vows.
I don't have my phone, so I'm kind of winging this. But, well, your phone doesn't do me any good. Well, Xyza, I vow to always be there for you, be your soldier. No matter how short our time has been, I will always put you first. And I will love you even when we are lost in our hometown and trying to figure out where any store is. And I will love you forever, even when we have to move 15 different times before we retire. I love you so much.
I finished this by 3 a.m. this morning, so I have no time to memorize. Hi, lover. As you know by now, I wasn't really searching when we met. I was giving my heart a break, and I was totally fine with the idea of being Miss Strong, Independent Woman who won't settle and create tiny humans. I was ready to block people from Facebook for being persistent in asking year after year on my birthday why I'm not married with kids yet. I even came to a point of asking my parents to just accept and respect that decision. Little did I know that my mom has been praying all along for the opposite. I guess she prayed really, really hard because here we are. Our story is not the traditional one. Things happened fast and not in the ideal order. But looking back, you are at the perfect timeline. You were exactly when, where, and how I needed you to be. My calm during a storm brought by friendship drama. My cheerleader when I was doubting myself on a competition that you so happily attended, even if you got lost, looking for the venue in our K-State Student Union in your uniform. My rock during the most difficult and most heartbreaking loss I've had to date. My very eager chismoso who spills the tea about anyone and patiently listens to my tea, even if you're already confused with the many characters I'm talking about. My everyday weirdo who I can be silly with. My collaborator in making meal plans based on recipes we see on social media. My lover who is fully aware that I'm not the easiest to handle but chooses to see me and love me for me. We were blessed to grow up with supportive parents, an imperfect but overall a loving family. With God in our center, I promise to be with you every step of the way to create a copacetic family. One that is great or even better than what we have individually. There will be days when we'll surely hit each other's push buttons and probably won't love each other that much. On those days, I promise to no longer try to return you to your parents. I tried once, but your mom asked for a return receipt. And your dad said, well, he got you a ring. He's your responsibility now. And if you consider to return me to my parents, you'll have to pay huge shipping costs. With God's grace and taking to heart what Kevin said during one of our counseling sessions, I'll do my best to see 5 good things about you for every one not so good thing. For example, for every burnt bacon you make or every deadly fart you release, I'll remember that you make good pancakes. You are much, much better at direction. You are willing to go to church with me. You humble me, yet you never invalidate my feelings, even if we are wired differently. And you go out of your way to make me happy. I only had 2 wishes when it comes to getting married. Have a good man for a husband, and in-laws who are not monsters. I've witnessed for years how my parents did their best for my sisters-in-law, and I want that too. Truly, you are an answered prayer because I'm marrying a good man, and I can't thank God enough that your parents are far from being monsters. They have been so welcoming and supportive. Please be patient with me as I am still adjusting from being way too independent. I love you, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for us.
That right here. If I can go ahead and have the rings. Would you, ring bearer, would you bring me rings, please? Thank you, sir. This is going to be an interesting thing. Let me ask the flower girl. Who's the oldest of the flower girls? Would you come up and take this one, please? You hold this flower. And when we call for you to bring it back, you bring it up, okay? Thank you. This is going to improve on the vows that you just gave to each other. But here's what I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I, Taylor. Join hands.
I, Taylor.
Take you, Xyza,
Take you, Xyza,
to be my lawfully wedded wife.
to be my lawfully wedded wife. Okay.
In the presence of God
In the presence of God
and these witnesses,
and these witnesses,
I do hereby promise,
I do hereby promise,
by oath of covenant vow,
by oath of a covenant vow,
my love and faithfulness
my love and faithfulness
to you and you alone.
to you and you alone.
I will honor you and cherish you,
I will honor you and cherish you,
respect you and provide for you,
respect you and provide for you,
serve you and give myself to you,
serve you and give myself to you,
in wealth and in poverty,
in wealth and in poverty,
health and in sickness,
in health and in sickness,
in successes and in failures,
in successes and in failures,
as long as God grants us life.
as long as God grants us life.
I give you my heart,
I give you my heart,
all that I am,
all that I am,
all that I have,
all that I have,
all that I ever will be.
all that I ever will be.
I commit myself
I commit myself
to making Christ
to making Christ
the center
the center
of our life together.
of our life together.
I, Xyza,
I, Xyza,
take you, Taylor,
take you, Taylor,
to be my
to be my
lawfully wedded husband
lawfully wedded husband
in the presence of God
in the presence of God
and these witnesses.
and these witnesses.
I do hereby promise,
I do hereby promise,
by the oath of a covenant,
by the oath of covenant,
my love and faithfulness to you,
my love and faithfulness to you
you alone.
and you alone.
I will honor you and cherish you,
I will honor you and cherish you,
respect you and provide for you,
respect you and provide for you,
serve you and give myself to you,
serve you and give myself to you,
in wealth and in poverty,
in wealth and in poverty,
health and in sickness,
in health and in sickness,
successes and in failures,
in successes and in failures,
as long as God grants us life.
as long as God grants us life.
I give you my heart,
I give you my heart,
all that I am,
all that I am,
all that I have,
all that I have,
all that I ever will be.
all that I ever will be.
I commit myself
I commit myself
to making Christ
to making Christ
the center of our life together.
the center of our life together.
The rings are perfect circles. They symbolize a non-ending nature of the love characteristic of love, no beginning, no end. They resemble the love that God has for us. So I'd like you to take this ring and place it on the third finger, Xyza's left hand, and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my undying love
of my undying
and commitment to you.
commitment to you.
Press I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my undying love
of my undying love
and commitment to you.
and commitment to you.
As you have placed these rings, they are signs that will always be there to remind you you are not your own any longer. You have died to yourself, and you're now joining your life together. This is a public commitment. It's a commitment of the heart. It is a covenant vow you've made with each other. It is also a symbol to the rest of the world. Hands off, world, I belong to someone else. All right, so it lets everyone know you actually belong to each other. So from this day forward, let these rings remind you of that and communicate that to the world. I now have the privilege as minister of the gospel of Christ and as officiate of the state of Kansas to pronounce you husband and wife. God has joined together. Don't let anyone even try to tear you apart. And at this point, if you would like, you may now kiss each other as husband and wife. If everyone would go ahead and get your bubbles out and line up as they leave, I think they're ready for you to bubbleize them. But you'll have to wait until they do. Line up along the way here, both sides if you would, as was directed at the beginning. And you can even come up to this point if you want. Guys, if you want to come right up here, get your bubbles ready. No pre.
Start walking.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. and Mrs. Taylor Peterson. Bubbleize them. Don't go too fast.